What's going on, guys? My name is Gael Ibarra, and welcome back to another episode on learning how to fight. In today's video, we're gonna talk about amateur fighting. I'm gonna give you my insights on my first fight, how I felt, what happened, and what I wish I did better. So, let's not waste any more time and let's get right into it. I remember I was 18 at the time and I had been training for I think like a whole year before it. I remember I got into boxing not because I wanted to fight, just because I wanted to get in shape. But after a year, I felt confident enough that I felt like I could do good in an amateur fight. Keep in mind that first amateur fighters are 3 rounds of 3 minutes each, most of the times. So that means that is 9 minutes. And I remember that by the end of my fight, I was dead. Even though my fight ended in 2 rounds, and I'm gonna tell you why. But even though it ended in 2 rounds, I was still super tired. So I walk in there, a bunch of people. Keep in mind that amateur fighting and professional fighting too, it's a lot of waiting. It's hours before it. You gotta get ready. You gotta get your hands wrapped. You gotta wait for other fighters to get in line. You are watching other fighters before your fight. And so, yeah, it is a lot of stress building up to it. You might be a little nervous in the beginning, but you have time to prepare. While I was in there, I was jumping rope and I was shadow boxing, not too much to get myself tired, but just plenty enough that I felt like I was ready for those 3 rounds. This was back at home in Monterrey, Mexico. So it's a little bit different than the US and maybe other countries, but I remember I was wearing 12-ounce gloves, if I'm right. Maybe it was 10. I cannot remember exactly because it was a long time ago. But I remember every single night that I from the moment that I knew I was gonna be fighting, I was so nervous, guys. I cannot tell you guys how many videos I looked up to see like what my mentality should be, because I was just putting so much pressure into it. But yes, I got into my amateur fight. I was ready. I walked in there, and the guy was a lot taller than me. I am very short, so then this guy was a lot taller than me, and of course that scared the crap out of me. Even though I had been fighting and sparring a lot of taller guys, well, when you're there, it's a lot different. Of course, when you're in amateur fighting and when you're not sparring, that means that you're going at it. You're trying to kill each other, basically. So I knew that I was in for a battle, and this guy knew it too. The moment that we tried to touch gloves, or the moment that I tried to touch gloves, he did not want to touch gloves with me. So that definitely gave me rage. That definitely gave me the right mentality to be like, okay, this guy is not my friend, and he is not here to spar, but he's here to fight. So we went at it. First round went amazing. Of course, I look back at my videos and I remember my defense was a little sloppy, and some of the punches I was throwing were not even landing, but I was just getting myself tired. But it was good because I was adding points to it. I finished the first round and I was really tired. I was exhausted because I I put a lot of my energy into the first round. And that was good because first round matters a lot. You're telling the fighter who you are and what you're made of. And so, yes, that's definitely the first step that I think I did right, that I just put myself into it. By the second round, we were both already pretty tired, I could tell. But thankfully, I had been preparing myself, not just boxing-wise, but I was preparing myself physically. And I wasn't drinking soda, I was working out. I was not just doing boxing workouts, but I was also doing CrossFit at the time. So my stamina was great. But still, by the second round, I was really tired. Thankfully, I punched him the right way with a right hook, cut his lip, or not his lip, I cut his cheek. And so that they stopped the fight for a little bit. I had to go to my corner. I did not know I had to go to my corner, but I went into my corner and it was great. I thought the fight was gonna be done. It happened that it was cut, but it was not too much, so he still kept fighting. But that gave me a lot of confidence to be like, okay, if I cut him once, I can do it again. Just keep punching right. And I remember my coach. I was listening to my coach, and he was yelling at me, just keep throwing that right, keep throwing that right. So I kept throwing that right, and it was good. They ended it by the second round, and it went amazing. I was so happy. But if I could go back and tell myself something about this one fight, or just in general about amateur fighting, is that it's not that it is, take it with intentionality, but it is not the end of the world if you lose. I've lost many fights, so many sparring sessions that I did not do great. And that's totally okay, because boxing is just a part of your life. It's not everything. So keep in mind that this is just a sport, okay? This is not your entire life. Even if you're professional, this is not your entire life. Boxing is just a season of your life. So enjoy it, okay? When you're there, and of course, when you're in the fight, you are fighting, okay? You are trying to do damage, but before it, you're just a simple guy. Be humble about it. Don't be thinking that this is like an actual war, because it's not, okay? So just be there, have fun, and have the mentality of a warrior when it is time to have the mentality of a warrior. Not before, not after, but in the fight. Because in my experience, it wasted a lot of my energy. Not just my physical energy, but my mental energy. And that is something that not a lot of fighters talk about. So you gotta prepare yourself mentally. You gotta be relaxed. You gotta breathe, okay? And remember that confidence, it's only grown by how much discipline you have. If you're working out every day, if you're resting the moments that you need to rest, if you're eating the right way, you are prepared. And even if it doesn't go your way, you won. Because fights are not won in the ring, but they're won in the kitchen and in the gym. Those two areas are the places where you win a fight. And so even if it doesn't go the way that you want it, maybe you lost, and that's okay. Maybe you won, but you didn't do as well as you think you could. That's okay, because it's a learning experience, and that is awesome. So yes, this was my fighting experience as an amateur fighter in my first fight. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, if you want me to talk more about it, maybe what happened afterwards, or some other fights and some other questions that you guys have. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment down below, so we can grow this channel and I can keep making videos. All right, guys, stay blessed, be safe out there, keep eating healthy, and never stop the grind. I'll see you guys on the next video.